This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, fill your card up with all their amazing comics. Use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save you 10% at checkout. Not only on their website, but also at their eBay account. And the link to eBay can be found on their homepage at CarterComics.com. Again, CarterComics.com is your one-stop shop for all comic needs.
It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
All right, it's time to step in the ring with the greatest faction in podcast history, Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast. I am the faction slayer, Nubby, the amazing turtle.
And I am the podcast papa, coming back, being here, doing the show, doing the thing, Pacman.
How did I do on that intro?
I think
felt
you
like
did good.
it was rushed, but I don't think I stumbled over words either.
You didn't. You did. I mean, we'll have Travis give his reaction when he listens to this recording. I know he's out right now because he's out being a barbarian dwarf in the merry fields of Chicagoland.
Yeah, and there's also rumors that a drone fell on top of him, but don't quote me on that. Just
Well,
speculation.
Let's hope not, because he's a swell fella. He's a swella.
He's a swella. Yeah, but I hoping I didn't fumble my words because I've been accused of doing that lately. According to the fourth mother box.
Oh God, those guys.
Tom really ripped us a new asshole this time. Ooh.
I know we did. But here's the thing, I gotta give it to believe. He's got a. Oh, I want to throw up in my mouth about what I'm gonna say.
Uh-oh.
He's got a poo. He's got a poo. Hold on. He's got a point.
I bet that hurt.
That really hurt. I mean, Steve did say he would have a peace summit on the Power Hour in 2024, and it is now December 16th. We were on last week.
We were.
I mean, here's the thing, because I'm still in the Power Hour chat. I'm not on the show anymore, but I'm still in the Power Hour chat. I guess that Tom and Kyle were invited, but I think the moment Tom found out that Travis was a barbarian dwarf, he kind of shit his pants a bit.
Doesn't surprise me. And besides, if we were all there and we were, in a fight, as Tom put it, Tom would probably have to put himself over like he used to back in the backyard days, always putting himself in the title picture, politicking, even in backyard wrestling.
Tom Oakery, the backyard version of Hulk Hogan. Brother. That don't work for Tom, brother.
Yeah. And it's funny how he called me out on my fumbling, but the guy sounds like he's stroking out every other sentence. So
yeah, I mean, it's like I kind of wonder if that deep voice of his is just a facade because as often as he goes to Disneyland, I wonder if he's the real voice of Mickey Mouse. I mean, that's very possible. He's probably been working on his impressions a little bit,
and he's there often.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was weird because as a Christmas offering, I did offer Kyle to bring him popcorn last week. And he turned me down. And I took that a little personal because, to refuse the gift is to refuse the giver. I mean, he's still cool. We said hi to each other at work today, but Yeah, I wanted to give him popcorn.
Kyle sucks anyway.
I don't have
His lone podcast still didn't generate any views, and his views on life and in general suck anyway.
Well, here's the thing, Nubby. I was listening to Sean Spicer doing an interview recently, and he had said that podcast had the most listens in the history of podcast, period. And I can't dispute him. He swallows his gum.
I don't know.
People who swallow gum tend to tell the truth.
Yeah, but then they also tend to have their intestines kind of shatter a little bit too.
Just a little bit. But
I'm no doctor.
You just play one on TV. We know.
Yeah, on YouTube. At Rocket Bro.
Dr. Turtle. That's true. Hey.
So maybe I am a doctor.
There you go.
Hey, my doctor's name is Turtle. Can't help that.
And
he cleared me. But I guess that wasn't enough.
Nubby, have you seen the latest episode of the Lovely Intoxicated vlog that came out yesterday?
So I got through half of it.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. My takeaway from that first part is Maximus is a bitch.
That's what I got out of it. He's a big bitch.
I mean, I felt like I didn't edit that episode, but like the guys were really, really subtle about Maximus being a bitch. But it was like it wasn't subtle enough for me not to pick up on the review on him.
I mean, a bitch is a bitch, no matter how you look at it.
True. I mean, right now, obviously, I'm unleashed, so I can say these things. So, I mean, Maximus is just being a bitch right now.
Yeah, an Uber bitch.
Yeah, and we ain't talking a Lyft bitch, because that's a different. That's just an off-brand bitch.
I mean, the bitch is acting like the biggest bitch in the world, and I've met some big bitches.
But here's the thing about bitches. So next month, Maximus is going to be taking on Shelly with his ownership stake in Rocket Pro Wrestling on the line. But what's that phrase about bitches? Bitches get snitches.
I mean, bitches get stitches?
That they do.
Snitches get bitches? Or no, snitches get stitches. There it is.
Well, bitches get stitches. And he's going to be getting a lot of stitches after that match with Shelly. Because Shelly ain't going to be messing around. We know that.
Yeah, she's going to slap the bitch out of him.
I mean, she's got that wooden spoon. God forbid he gets a splinter from it. That'd be horrible.
Splinter bitch.
Splinter bitch. But yeah, we got some shows that we got to talk about this week.
Because this is a wrestling podcast, so
that it is.
We don't we don't talk about the farts and diarrhea and bitches. Well, yeah, we talk about bitches sometimes.
We just had a whole diatribe about bitches.
Yeah. A whole fourth mother bitches. Hey, that's what the
fourth mother bitches.
There we go. All right, we got it.
Except for Kyle. I'm partial to Kyle. We bonded over popcorn.
He's the king of the fumbling of the words. Every 5 minutes he fumbles his shit, so.
He does his best.
For a bitch, I guess.
Yeah, for a bitch, I mean, he does his best. I still love that we bonded over popcorn. It was really nice. But we have today preview for Wrestle League and SCW, as well as a recap of the action at CSW and Frontline Pro.
Yes, we do. And I really wish Travis was here because I would love his input on what took place at Frontline Pro. Things kind of changed a little.
Well, tell us, Nubby, what exactly happened at Frontline Pro?
And you know what? I think we will start there because, I think this needs to be talked about before we get into CSW, which was a phenomenal show. Probably one of the best CSW shows I've been a part of at the new venue. Looked great. I'm sure you've seen the pictures. Holy shit.
Oh, that looked very, very nice. Was that in Elmwood Park?
Yeah. Which I have a funny story to tell you once we get there. Well, yeah, it is it's funny now after all these years, but it wasn't funny when it happened. But I'll tell you once we get there.
Look forward to hearing it.
All right, so Frontline Pro had their final show of the year, Contact, and we're gonna get into these results right now. I fumbled up my words. Shit, roll. Oh man.
We spent the first 10 minutes of this show saying that you don't fumble your words and saying that other people fumble their words.
Well, now wait a minute.
When we get into it, you fumble your words.
Now wait a minute. I never ever said I'd never fumble.
All right.
I always admit when I fumble my words.
Yeah, I played you in Madden before. I got a couple strip sacks on you. That's the term. When you sack the quarterback and the ball comes out.
Yeah, but you know the big ball sack is going to use that against you.
I know. They'll have some fun. Wait, who's the big ball sack in this scenario?
Obviously, it's Tom.
Okay, I almost thought it was Travis.
No. See, Kyle, I can make fun of Tom. I just never had to. Kyle, you make it so easy.
He likes popcorn, so it's okay.
I like popcorn, but I'm not a bitch about it when I don't get it.
So that's fair.
All right, so Adonis Allen defeated Ben McCoy in an upset, I should say. Ben McCoy, maybe he's just still distraught over losing this championship last month. The Rapture defeated the Bro Bros. Sierra defeated Axel Rico. I can imagine what that match was like. Axel is a phenomenal worker. So is Sierra. Sierra can hit. I wouldn't want to play her. I don't want that smoke. MPH defeated Ewok and Skylar Reed and Aaron Wolf. Joey Avalon defeated Brock Hall. Quinn Whittick and Ben Evanson defeated TNT, which I just learned they are Devon Dudley's twin sons. You learn something new every day.
Look at that. You're learning stuff here on Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.
Jared Jacks defeated Adam Grace. Josh Price defeated Rockin' Rivera to retain the Frontline Pro Championship. Disco Ray's segment with the Godfather, according to Steve, will go viral when it airs when Disco had Lat bring out a barrel full of garden hose.
Hose train!
I cannot wait to see that.
I gotta see this.
And it does not surprise me that it was Kid Lat that did this.
I mean, Kid Lad, he's so innocent, you know.
He's very innocent and very funny. And that was funny.
That's hilarious.
All right. So I'm going to get to this part. I saved it for last. The Rapture, Aaron Xavier, and his partner overthrew Ben McCoy.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have my Ryan Matthews head, so I'm going to call a timeout. I know this is a different show.
Well, it's still part of Freaknet Studios.
That's true. So I guess my question is, did they hear all the evil shit that Ben said about my socks? Were they standing up for Pacman?
I cannot confirm nor deny if it was about your socks.
I hope it was, because that was ungodly what he said about them.
It was. Basically, Aaron Xavier, who has a reputation of being the evil genius, this was part of his plan to take out the evil creator of the Rapture. It had to have been his plan. Which, okay, maybe I've said that Aaron Xavier was a bitch because he became a follower, but maybe I had a bit of a brain fart and just forgot that he is an evil genius for a reason. He'll put a plan together just to get control. He did it at CW. He did it at Crash Tested Wrestling. He's pretty much did it everywhere he went. Steve claims to have seen it coming, but he did nothing about it. He was more focused on Ben. I mean, I probably would be too if I got hit with a chair. But did Ben see this coming? That's the question.
I don't think so. I think he was way too focused on my socks. He's just got to get his mind out of my socks.
Or was he more focused on Travis?
Travis's socks. I could say that.
I mean, you threw me in the mix, threw everybody else in the mix, talked all this shit, but wasn't paying attention to what was around him. I mean, maybe I almost this much. Wait, closer. There we go, almost touching. Almost feeling bad for Ben because they beat him to pretty much to blood everywhere, in front of his daughter, no less. Oh. So that's Aaron Xavier for you. He'll stoop to a level that is so low that it could almost be illegal at this point. But again, he's an evil genius for a reason. And maybe Ben's just that blind that he didn't see this coming. People should have known better that Aaron's not a follower. He's always been the leader. He's always had that ego to be the top guy. But he was saved by none other than Sierra and Joey Avalon.
Interesting.
Which, speaking of Avalon, it was accidentally announced on the Power Hour last week. But, I mean, it was actually announced prior to that by Frontline themselves, but Steve jumped the gun by thinking this match was happening this past Saturday. But it's actually in January, where it's going to be Joey Avalon taking on Mustafa Ali.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, buddy. That match is going to be fire.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see that.
I mean, that's a match I would love to see, on Mondays or even on a Wednesday or Friday or even a Tuesday.
Could be a Thursday even.
Yeah,
like in 2008.
Yeah.
Saturday if it's on NBC.
True. Or Peacock.
Sunday if it's night 2 of a certain Big 4 pay-per-view.
Or even on Netflix in 2025.
It's going to be good to go on Raw and get Netflix and chill. It's going to be great.
Netflix and chill Raw. What? No. But yeah, that's happening. That match is happening in January. But Contact did happen. A lot of changes. Ben McCoy is no longer the leader of the group he created because the evil genius showed his true colors. So we'll see what happens come 2025. But now We mentioned Ali. Pacman.
Yes, Nubby.
I think Ali is going to be in town this upcoming weekend.
That he is. So we have Seasons Beatings. Wrestle presents Seasons Beatings. They have not announced. They've only announced one match so far. But before we get to that match, this show will take place Saturday, December 21st at the Homewood Auditorium at 2010 Chestnut Road in Homewood. Tickets are $25. And the sole match that has been announced to date as we are recording is Mustafa Ali versus EC3.
Wow.
And I should add that for any wrestlers that listen to our show that want to sit under EC3's learning tree, you can. $30. There will be a seminar from 3 to 5 at the Homewood Auditorium with the former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. So for any wrestlers that want to sit under the learning tree of someone who has held the 10 pounds of gold, there's your opportunity.
Wowza.
Absolutely. So yes, Wrestle League Seasons Beatings, folks. It will be this Saturday, December 21st, at the Homewood Auditorium at 2010 Chestnut Road in Homewood, Illinois. I just realized this poster I'm looking at does not list a time, so I'm going to look for that so I know. That is interesting. But I believe it is 7 o'clock. But let me confirm that.
I would assume since the seminar's from 3 to 5.
In bio. Let me see. We can't leave our adoring public without this answer. They need to know what time we need to get there. It starts at 6 o'clock, according to Eventbrite. You can buy your tickets on Eventbrite. $30 for front row. 5 tickets for the price of 4 if you're going with your family. It is $100, but general admission is $25. Wrestle League. That's all I got.
Cool. That's all you got?
I believe we can.
No, wait, no.
Oh, I'm too ahead of it. Okay.
You're way too ahead of it, Pacman.
Yeah. We got 2 more shows we got to talk about. We got to talk about CSW, and we have to talk about Southland.
Yes, we do. And that will be the main event.
Very good.
Because that is going to be a fun card to talk about. But, you know what was fun? CSW this past week.
CSW, Nubby.
And let me tell you, once again, this was a phenomenal show. Standing room only. Now, imagine, we were in Franklin Park for a couple of years now. And when we had standing room only, it's a very small venue. Wall to wall. Nowhere to walk. And basically, we go to this new venue, and it's bigger, much bigger. And we still had standing room only, wall to wall. It was awesome. Production was awesome. The layout, everything was great. And it was probably my favorite show of the year. And I can't wait for everyone to see it on IWTV Live. Because it was a fun-ass show. All right, we are going to get into it. I'm going to tell you what happened at CSW.
Do it.
I'm going to do it. Are you done blowing your nose?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good now.
Because, people are still going to see that message that you put up. You
I don't
seem to
think people
forget.
are going to see that.
I think they do. I think they do see it on YouTube.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll find
And-
out. Thank you for letting the people know that I have nasal drippage issues at the moment.
Well, you know, Travis would have, so I had to make it seem like Travis was still here.
Yeah, we got to make it feel like we got to make sure that Travis is reflected properly, even in his absence. We miss you, buddy.
Now, I could go even further and either mute you or kick you off, but I'm not going to do that.
That's true. And if you did that, I would send you a very long message and make sure that Tony Gabagool was included in it.
You
Expressing my dissatisfaction, sir. I don't think that's a path you want to go down. I don't think that's a path anybody wants to go down.
No, I don't want that smoke.
No. It's a lot of smoke.
It is a lot of smoke. Now, I just got to look at this real quick because I forgot the name of the show of CSW. It was called Love, Death, and Wrestling. And let me tell you, Friday the 13th was definitely a weird night. Despite being fun, it was a weird night, and we will get to that part.
Oh my god, I did not realize that Friday was Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It seems like CSW, they don't really plan it that way. It just happens. I still remember when just as the pandemic was starting, before we were shut down, it was Friday the 13th was the last show before the shutdown. And conveniently, it was also my birthday.
Happy belated birthday, Nubby.
Yeah, only 4 years later, right? Almost 5.
I mean, it counts still.
Yeah. And that was a double dose of Rhino that weekend for me and Steve. Because we saw him at CSW, and then we went down to IWA Productions the next day.
Where you are the Battle Royale champion for, wait for it, 1,984 days. We're almost at the 2,000 mark. We got another 16 days to go, sir.
Nice.
Let me see what day that is. So 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. New Year's Day will be day 2,000.
Nice.
So we'll have to, when we come back after the new year, we're going to have to do a 2,000th day celebration like they did for Roman Reigns for his 1,000th day.
I didn't get one for 1,000th day.
We're going to make it right. We're going to give you double the excitement, double the celebration, double toil and trouble, brother.
So double stuffed crust pizza?
Damn right.
Hell yeah.
Quadruple
All right.
stuffed crust because
All right. We'll go with that.
we missed 1,000.
We did. So quadruple that shit.
Hell yeah.
And I'm not sharing.
Okay, I'll allow it.
All right. So, the pre-show, we had Lizard Man defeating Maximo Suave. And then, now normally they have the Futures Battle Royal. Well, it was half Futures and half, main roster for this tag team Battle Royal. You saw Big Mood. You saw the Brass Holes, which I don't think they're the Brass anymore. They might just be Ryan Matthews and Jax Johnson. But nonetheless, we had Eric Schultz teaming up with Officer Altbridge. We had a lot of teams put together. But in the end, only one team can win. And that was Lily Pescadita and Haven Harris. Now, I am not sure if they get a future tag team title shot. That would be interesting. And I think they should because they did work their asses off to win that match. It's just crazy because I was hoping to be in the Battle Royal when it was, be the normal Futures, but now it's a tag team and I didn't have a partner.
We got to get you in that Futures Battle Royal, man.
Well,
we got to talk. Well, we could talk to Steve. We got to talk to Steve about this.
Yeah, Steve, what the fuck?
Ain't Steve.
Damn it, Steve, you.
But we did have a good time on Tuesday on Power Hour.
We did. That was a fun show.
That was a fun.
I did have to correct them a few times. That's always fun.
I mean, I got corrected quite a few times.
Well, that's normal.
That is true. That's par for the course for me.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Rion. I hope you're feeling better. I understand you were kind of ill during that show. So glad you're feeling better, I hope. Acknowledge.
We acknowledge you, Rion. We also acknowledge Treon, wherever he may be.
He's hanging up somewhere.
Very nice.
All right, so we had Hatekeeper versus Hatekeeper, as Shane Boucher took on Jay Marston with referee Shane Hollister. Now, Jay Marston, he did get the win, surprisingly. So I did lose that prediction.
Damn.
Oh, well. Shane Hollister definitely did show bias. He was counting fast when Jay was getting pinned, but, Jay Marston kicking out pretty quick. There were, fast counts on the outside, but again, Marston got back in the ring just in time. But there was a point in the match where Hollister did get knocked down. And because of that, there was no more ref. So Marston just counted himself. And the bell still rang. Because the bell ringer knew to just ring it.
What a guy. What a guy. He's kind of
technically,
He's kind of turtly in complexion, I understand.
It's true.
It's damn true.
I mean, he was once a ref, so I guess it counts.
Yeah.
He just counted from, by his seat.
Yeah, and then he retired, and then he came back 6 days later. Yeah, I know the story of this guy.
It happens.
Yeah. And then he came back and ref, a few months after that for like some movie or something.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did as a favor for a bitch.
Yeah, that guy, whoever that guy was, he sounded like he was hard to deal with on set.
Super hard to deal with.
What a
bitch.
What a bitch that. I like how Travis points out that his pants say moron.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was paying attention to that as I was watching the show back, and yeah, I guess it fits. If the shoe fits,
Mm-hmm.
I do hope Maximus does enjoy the nice fine china we gave him for his Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Genuinely. I mean that.
So, Bruce Hamilton and Hans Carden took on Steve Boz and Marche Rocket. Hard-hitting match, but in the end, it was Steve Boz and Marche getting that win.
Oh, I mean, I knew that was going to happen. Superstar and All Day, that's a team that's going to be very hard for people to beat.
It's true. All right. Maggie Lee, who was set to take on Kylie Ray, walks out in a sling. And it turns out that she has suffered an injury the weekend prior. So she is unable to compete. But Amina Belmont came out, and when we thought she was out there to console Maggie, but come on, we know, Amina is an evil temptress and did attack Maggie Lee. And did put a little damage on that injured shoulder. But out comes Kylie Ray to save the day and says, Kylie, you are mean to Maggie Lee. So how about and you don't even deserve a title match because she was supposed to be in that triple threat for the title.
Mm.
Well, Kylie challenges Amina to a match right then and there. And I guess it was made official. I don't know if Steve hit a button and said make it official. No official announcement was made except by Wade Hunt, the ring announcer. So Steve hit the button, said official, and it was official. There was a point in the match where we thought Amina was going to get the win, but Maggie Lee did come back out and distract Amina, and that allowed Kylie to win via a roll-up. Karma's a bitch.
So is Maximus Orion. Aha! Treated.
We had a visit.
Santa Claus?
Yes, Santa Claus was in the house.
Oh, nice.
However, Art Santa came out
Oh, I don't like Art Santa.
and took out Santa Claus.
What a jerk.
And that, which turned out to be FXB. FXB Art Santa.
Bad Santa.
He's bad Santa. You know what? Call him bad Santa.
Bad Santa. Go to your room.
Yeah. So he came out, and Chris Miller right after him, and he also kicked Santa. So Chris Miller's a bitch for that one.
Oh, Chris Miller sucks.
He does. Indeed, he does suck.
That he does.
He'll always suck.
We should write a song about it.
Chris Miller sucks.
Oh, hey.
Chris Miller sucks.
Look at us being like Paul and John. Look at us. We're like the Beatles. Wait, so what does that make Travis? Travis our Ringo?
I don't know.
We
Travis
also have to
wouldn't be
factor
there.
Dizzle J in too, because we have four. We are the Fab Four of wrestling.
We do. We are.
So who's George and who's Ringo of those two?
Well, Ringo seems to be the star.
Ah,
So it's got to be Dizzle J.
gotcha. So then, wait, so who's Pete Best? Gotta figure that out. The Forgotten Beatle.
Well, that'll be Travis.
Oh. He's not even George. I love it.
I am so never getting a title shot after that one.
He's gonna hate listening to this back.
Between a drone falling on him and now this, I
Now
am
he's
so
the
not.
best of JFW.
I'm so out off the show this Saturday. Apparently now. Oh boy, no more title shots for me. But
he's your boss. Way to go, Nubby.
yeah,
Shooting yourself in the foot there, bud.
yep. So FXB and Chris Miller took on Grayson and Valor in a street fight. A Chicago street fight. But it should be Elmwood Park street fight, in my opinion. But that's fine. Valor and Grayson didn't get the win, which was my prediction. Because Miller and FXB were not getting along. Why they still decided to team up, I'll never know. They have not gotten along since day one when they first teamed up together. And so Chris Miller went through a door onto the outside, and FXB went through a pallet.
I mean, Chris Miller knows he can just open a door to go through it. He doesn't have to, physically go through said door, right?
Well, he is a dumbass, and he sucks.
He overcomplicated it, it sounded like.
He is an overcomplicated individual. But yeah, Valor and Grayson did get the win, and I'll give it to these kids. You know, they are kids after all, and they held their own and survived. Two big men, and they got hit hard as well. But when you're not a tag team, in getting along, it does take a factor. And come on, Chris Miller sucks.
He does suck. We wrote a song about it.
It's
Pete
true.
Best wasn't, our Pete Best wasn't even around to hear it.
All right, so in a triple threat match, we have B-Boy take on Gringo Loco and Solomon Tupu. This match was high-flying and hard-hitting, but Tupu did get the win. It was during the match, like towards the end of the match, B-Boy for some reason got faked an injury after the match. Well, he supposedly got injured at the end, and then when the match was over, it turned out he faked the injury and he knocked out one of the security guards. Why he did that, I don't know. He's just a mean man.
You tell him, Nubby. Tell him how you really feel.
Mean. You big jerk.
Nubby shoots hard. Phrasing.
Oh, boy. That's another one.
There you go, Tom. Gotcha, buddy.
Haley J went one-on-one with Missa Kate for the women's title. Mina Belmont was again taken out of the match to face Kylie Ray to replace Maggie Lee. But she just did it because she's got an ego. If she was smart, she would have just stayed in the triple threat instead of getting her ass kicked. Then again, she still would have got her ass kicked either way. It happens when you have an ego. And you're just a complete brat.
You tell her, Nubby, how you really feel.
Man, I'm just going off today.
Man, you're like, I feel like I'm sitting here with a fucking iron cheek. Break your back, make you humble.
So the ref, Kevin Woods, did get knocked out. He's been getting knocked out a lot lately.
But he gets up again. Ain't nobody going to keep him down.
No. So Amina, during this time of, the referee sleeping, Amina comes out and distracts Haley while Haley used the belt on Missa. Dun, dun, dun. And then another ref did come out to wake up Kevin Woods. And then, which did allow Kevin Woods to make a count, but only got to 2 as Missa Kate kicked out the last second. So then Amina holds Missa for Haley J to hit her, but circle back. While Woods was still trying to get up, Haley J knocked him out again on purpose. She kicked him in the head.
Damn.
So then Amina grabs Missa, and then that allows Haley J to hit Missa, but Missa moved and hit Amina. Then Missa kicks Haley J and puts Haley in a submission hold, and then a new ref comes out for the finish, and Missa wins by submission. So still reigning and defending women's champion, Missa Kate. All right, we have a TLC match for the Metro Division title. Now, prior to the match, before the match can even start officially, Stupid Heads, Ryan Matthews and Jax Johnson came out and attacked Quintero. And then they brought out tables and all that stuff and set them up. And then Inestra was beating up Quintero while they were setting up everything. Then threw him in the ring. And then the match could officially start, but the referee threw Ryan Matthews and Jax Johnson out before anything could happen. Once they were gone, the match officially starts. Now, during a spot where Quintero would jump over a ladder and do like the sunset flip thing onto another ladder, Quintero's feet knocked the belt off the rung.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. It was kind of low. I think it could have been up higher, or maybe the ladder was tall. I don't know. One of the two happened. So basically, an official decision was made. I don't agree with the decision. They might have came from the board of directors or Steve. I don't know who, but they said because the belt fell, the match will now continue one fall to a finish. I think now if it were me in charge, I would have told another referee to put the belt back up.
And I would have yelled as the referee was putting the belt back up, "Climb the ladder, kid! Make yourself famous!"
But I'm not in charge, so it was one fall to a finish. Essentially, it ended up being false count anywhere because Quintero did get the win by doing a dive off the ladder onto Iniestra through a table, 1, 2, 3. It was during that spot that Iniestra did suffer an injury, which is why he didn't kick out. Luckily, it wasn't too severe. He's gonna be out for a few months, but it's just he's after everything, all the speculation. It was a severe shoulder strain. He did say that he was out of it for a little bit, but he was okay when he came to. So he'll be out for a little while. But we hope for a speedy recovery and he can get back in there and do some cool shit. But then the match itself was great. Those kids put on a phenomenal matchup. It's just sometimes, shit happens in wrestling. Accidents do happen. I've been there myself. It's not fun. Sometimes it'll fuck you up mentally. Sometimes it don't. We know Iniestra will jump right back in that ring like nothing happened after he recovers. But congratulations to Quintero on getting the win, and we'll see what his next matchup and who his next opponent is come January. It won't be me. Or maybe it will. You never know. It'll be Travis.
You gotta see Travis in the ring. I'd pay to see that.
I pay to see Travis do a 450 off a ladder.
Oh, I want to see him hit a Canadian Destroyer.
Twice.
Into a headlock. And that's the finish.
That would be funny. All right.
Travis's Wheaties for that.
All right. We had a 4-way tag team title match. Now, Travis would be happy about this because it was elimination.
Whoa! That's my.
He loves elimination. He loves elimination matches. He won't be happy about who didn't win, but it happens. But I must report there was a lot of chickens. Like a lot of chickens. There was a briefcase full of chickens.
Like literal, like pieces of chicken, or like chickens, or like stuffed chickens, or like
rubber chickens.
Ah. Oh, so somebody took a trip to Berwyn. I got it. Berwyn.
And Ruffle kept throwing Yabo a chicken. Just kept throwing them. I think Diablo threw one over the ring entrance too.
Well, look, I'm not big on animal cruelty, but as long as nobody's choking these chickens, then I'm okay.
There might have been a chicken choking.
Oh boy,
Maybe. Someone must have choked on their chicken. There's a good chance.
it wasn't me. I'll tell you that much.
But nonetheless, surprisingly though, after all that, the Brothers of Funstruction, yeah, I said it right this time,
Hey,
they were eliminated first. The tag team champions were eliminated first.
oh, so we're gonna get new champs in this match, huh?
Yeah, no matter what.
Alrighty.
They might have played with their chickens just a little too much.
So to our listeners, I'm assuming sometimes when you choke a chicken, it just sets you into this blind rage. So don't do that.
Yeah.
So it's messy to clean things up after you go a little overboard when you're choking a chicken.
It's
not
true.
ideal. Not ideal. No amount of lotion will be able to soothe, what comes out of that.
Yeah, points.
Many points. 50 points for Gryffindor.
Then it was Drew Montgomery and Axel Rico eliminated. I think they got hit with some chicken. Then lastly, it was Avalon Sierra getting eliminated. So the winners and new tag team champions of Chicago Style Wrestling, Adam Stallion and Cypher.
Here we go. And he has no mask.
He has no mask. See, you take a mask off and you become a champion.
Yeah. It's like that song, that mask off. Take your mask off. Cypher Stallion. New champ Cypher Stallion. That's for all my Gen Zers out there. Got you.
Then it was the main event. Conan Lycan defending his championship against Matt Cardona. Cardona
Taker
said Chicago sucks.
That's not nice of him.
He said everybody sucks in Chicago.
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah. He says the Chicago style wrestling sucks. But the worst of all, he said the Chicago style pizza sucks.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm sure nobody in the crowd was wooing over that. And you know it. I keep getting an eye twitch when I make puns like that. I don't know. Wink.
But you know what they did chant?
What did they do?
They want Chelsea. We
Gunderson?
want Chelsea. No, Chelsea Green.
Oh, okay. I get those confused because their name's the same.
She don't exist anymore, I don't think.
And she's good. The ophthalmology school is really taking her away from Rocket Pro.
Yeah. And Matt Cardona did not like that. So he was mad.
He was mad, Cardona.
Ha ha.
Ha ha! Puns.
So match went on, and towards the end, the ref got knocked out again. What is with these refs? You know what? I take a sabbatical from being a ref, and everyone's getting knocked down. Do I have to come back and show them the way? No, but still, the way I be getting knocked down too, because I do fall a lot.
And I know it's tricky for you when you get knocked down because you got that shell that really that doesn't really help matters much when you're trying to get back up.
Yeah. But ref that allowed Matt Cardona to use the belt, and Lycan kicked out of that, and then eventually Lycan got the win and retains the title. And a big celebration at the end with his friends.
Very nice.
And that was Chicago Style Love, Death, and Wrestling. We return in January.
Very nice. Very
So
nice.
stay tuned to Chicago Style Wrestling on social media or the JFW Podcast for more information.
Hey, I know that podcast. That's us.
Is it? Holy shit.
Whoa. That's crazy.
We know what is crazy. What
What's
else is crazy, I should say?
What's that?
This Saturday,
Saturday.
Southland Championship Wrestling is back with their final show of the year, December the 21st, for Christmas Bash. We are going to be bashing on Christmas.
That's for sure.
It's true.
It's
And-
damn true.
We return this Saturday to Shabance at the Shabance Civic Center, 180 West 1st South Street in Shabance, Illinois. Front row is
state.
It is, isn't it? Front row is $20. General admission is $15. If you want to get those seats reserved or what have you, go to Southland Championship Wrestling on Facebook and message them for information on that sort of thing. Doors open at 6 o'clock, and the main show is bell time 7 p.m. But at 6 p.m., as the doors open, High Voltage begins.
High voltage.
And one of the matches announced for High Voltage is Odinson, the Berserker, taking on Night Reaper. Last month at Feast or Famine, Odinson teamed up with me against Night Reaper and Biggie Parka. No, it wasn't Feast and Famine. It was October, because I wrestled Freiburg at Feast and Famine. See, I can't keep up. Too many matches, so little time. But yeah, Odinson was my partner against Reaper and Parker then, and we got the win, of course. But this will be a singles match, and this is actually Night Reaper's first singles match. Another match for High Voltage will be The Sheik taking on popular Dallas Calloway. Then we will have there it is. Warren C. Freiberg the third
Ooh.
taking on Tommy Gunn.
Oh. Yay.
Tommy Gunn's working his way through. We'll see what happens. He hasn't been on a great winning streak. I don't think he's won a match yet. Maybe he has. I don't know. But in the main event of High Voltage, just the High Voltage main event so far, Johnny Chaos
Embrace the chaos.
is defending the High Voltage Championship against me.
Oh, snap.
The
Nubby,
Amazing Turtle.
I gotta ask you, are you prepared to embrace the chaos?
Well, let's take a little stroll down memory lane there, partner.
Let's do it.
It was a year ago at Christmas. I almost said Chaos. Almost went there.
Hey, no.
Travis, almost.
Wrong company.
At Christmas Bash last year, which took place at Steam Hollow for the last time ever.
Such a nice venue. I miss it.
I was the champion then, and I took on Johnny Chaos. So it's only fitting 1 year apart. Same exact show, different venue, but same exact show, but the roles are a little reversed. Johnny Chaos is now the champion, and I am the challenger.
Oh, the turntables.
Now I'm going to give it to Chaos. He stepped up. He has been a great champion since he won it. But I want that title back. It was taken from me. And I'm not going to say I'll do anything because, you know, I'm all about the honor. I'm going to do what it takes. I'm not going to just do anything, but I'll do what it takes. There is a difference to win that belt. And if that means I got to go outside my comfort zone to do it, I'll do what I can. I know he's a tough individual. He is much younger than me. He's stronger than me. Looks better than me. I mean, I got the beer keg. He's got the abs. But I am not going to take him lightly. And I hope he doesn't take me lightly. We had a good match last time. I think this one will be better. But if I got to punch him in the face, I'm going to punch him in the face. But at least I know with him, I don't have to worry about him cheating. I know he's not going to have somebody come out and distract me, or I know he won't hit me with an object. We're both going to keep things fair. And I'll just say, may the best man win. Which will be me. But nonetheless,
May the best turtle win.
May the turtle be with you.
And with your spirit.
Yeah. All right. Now we get into the main show.
Well, it's the main show.
For the women's championship, it will be Crystal Carmichael defending her championship against Renee Van Peebles, a rematch from last month. Because Crystal Carmichael decided to attack her after the match. And Flat Top is really getting sick of her doing that shit. She did it to Natasha Crane, took her out. Did it to Renee. She's not injured, but she gets a rematch. And she was fined a lot of money last month. Like, a lot of cash was presented. In a loser leaves town match, we have Apex taking on JPH. The loser, gone. They were tag team partners for a little while, but they just didn't get along. Now, one stays, one goes. Eric Schultz will be taking on Brandon Espinoza. We haven't seen Brandon Espinoza in a while.
Yeah.
He was part of Sabotage.
That he was.
But now it's just, I guess, now dysfunction again, but he's by himself this time. So we shall see what happens. Sean Mulligan will be in the house. This is a Christmas present for the fans. He's coming back to do something. Could be a Mulligan's Pub. We don't know.
Interesting.
But James Creed is not happy with that.
Yeah, he was talking smack to me a couple weeks ago.
He talks smack about everybody. He's a bitch, too.
Like a Maximus Orion level bitch?
They're on the same level. It's hard. Some days one's worse than the other.
Ooh, so that's a dream match. James Creed versus Maximus Orion. Book it, Saint.
Yeah,
Winner's the biggest bitch.
Who cries the most? A 7 I Quit match. It's a make me cry match.
It's a
make your opponent cry.
Oh, Ethan will love that match. He always wants that match.
Let's see. well, speaking of James Creed, I might as well just bring him up. He'll be defending his championship against Hunter Payne.
The
Hunter Payne.
SCW championship, correct?
SCW championship.
Do that.
What did I say?
No, you said it. You said
Okay.
it. I just was clarifying that he was the champ.
Okay.
Of
Well, yeah,
SCW.
he'll be taking on Hunter Payne. Hunter Payne made the announcement last show saying that he'll defend the title against him. Creed thinks he can beat Hunter Payne. And I think he can't, unless he has help from, I guess, Scott Spade and what's his nuts? Steel. Not D'Angelo Steel.
Oh, he's busy blessing steel cages somewhere.
Logan Steel. Because they helped James Creed beat Moondog last month. So I don't think Creed can win matches without help. That's how much of a bitch he is.
I mean, I kind of get it at the same time when you get a lot of title matches in a 12-month calendar year. You eventually got to go to the extreme to get, what you want in them, regardless of the company.
Yeah. But he's been a bitch ever since he won the belt. I mean, he kicked Hunter Payne in the nuts.
I mean, it's just weird. Belts don't normally change people. That never happened to me when I was LIM champion. Right? Right?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it did.
I don't know.
I mean, when I was High Voltage champion, it didn't change me. I was Chicagoland champion, didn't change me.
That it didn't?
Battle Royal champion, didn't change me.
No, it didn't, but we'll celebrate 2,000 years. Or 2,000 2,000 days.
What is it, Star Wars?
Turtles live for a long time. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah. But yeah, this should be an interesting match. We'll see what Torture Killers do if they're there. Or does James Creed have something else up his sleeve? Or in his bandana? A match that was signed today, actually, or announced today, I should say. Benny Vargas.
From Boston.
Will be defending his Genesis Championship against Da Cobra. This will be one of his toughest challenges yet. Since he's been Genesis champion. Da Cobra is not somebody you want to fuck with.
He might bite.
He might bite. He might even give you the smoke.
And we don't want the smoke. Trust me. I know. I got it.
And then lastly, now I don't understand this business, but the Urban Legends, Acid Jazz, and Miles Mercer defending their tag team championships against Punitive Damages, The Sheik, and Freiberg.
Oh.
What have those assholes done to earn a title shot?
Puny genitals. They're overcompensating.
I mean, me and Omar beat them. I'm actually undefeated lately in tag team action, whether it was Omar or with Odinson. Me and Odinson could have got those titles shot. But we're putting those idiots in there. Flat Top, what are you doing? What have they done? They've been losing. We've got to talk, man. I thought we were on the same page here.
No, I'm on page 6. Oh, I'm a little ahead of you.
Okay.
I read fast. I'm sorry. I won't give you any spoilers, though.
Ooh. I can't wait to announce this match in a couple weeks.
Oh?
Yeah. For Rocket Pro in a couple weeks. I'm not going to spoil it yet. They just made a match announcement.
Interesting. Did just post it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look. Now you got me curious.
But yeah, this is Southland
Oh.
Championship Wrestling presents Christmas Bash this Saturday, December the 21st at the Shabantz Civic Center in Shabantz, Illinois. Doors open at 6 p.m. and high voltage starts. Bell time for main show 7 p.m. Get your tickets or buy them at the door.
And if you don't, I'll cry.
Yeah, he will
no.
too, and it's ugly.
And it is. How far? Okay, I got a question. I know we just finished all the results, but Santino just posted a promo in the Rocket Pro chat. So how long can we stretch this episode out so we don't have to watch it?
Or do we want to play it on the show?
Do we want to live react to Santino's promo?
I think we should.
Okay, I think we will. Hold on. Let me restart it.
Which one looks like?
Looks like. Okay, so the caption is, looks like Damian Gray is having a bad holiday. Someone made and met my old junior high, but saying I didn't leave any presents for him. What does he got to say to me? A Rocket Pro this upcoming January in 25. Well, Damian, I can't wait to what you got to say. So true. So true. He's just saying what we're all thinking.
Damian Gray. Which one's his house? Oh, right. He hates everything. Does this look like Damian Gray? Kinda does.
Does it?
He's not from. Oh, this looks like Damian Gray. Damian, buddy, pal, I didn't know Hufford made a snowman out of you. Can't wait to see you in January, Damian. Let's see what they got for you for Christmas here. Somebody's been pretty naughty this year. Look at Damian. No bud, no Santa didn't bring any presents for you under the tree. But Damian, don't say anything. Whatever you gotta say, wait until January. Because I'll be there. And I'm gonna see you get beat up whoever you're fighting, so I'll laugh at you. Alright, Rocket Pro Wrestling, Merry Christmas. No presents for Damian Gray. Which one looks like Damian?
Thoughts? Do you regret telling me to play it now?
A little bit. But I am excited to know Travis's reaction to us letting it play on the air.
Well, we called him Pete. You called him Pete Best. I played a Santino promo live on air. Oh, we're both going to be in the doghouse.
We might be fired after this week.
We might.
I don't think either of those looked like Damian Gray because there wasn't enough McDonald's grease on the head of any of them.
That's a defining feature.
I think it's disrespectful towards gingerbread men. So
gingerbread's Tom might get offended by that.
Because he is a ginger.
Yeah, and he has no soul, and gingerbreads have no soul, unless you're the gingerbread man from the Shrek movies, in which somehow he has a soul, but that's okay.
Yeah. But those are the shows for this week. It is December, so not enough stuff is happening. At least not stuff that we normally talk about. Hopefully next year, though, we'll have more. I actually talked to somebody this past weekend about getting information about a company that they run.
Oh.
Definitely going to be doing more next year. We're going to be doing hopefully get these more exclusives out there. It was supposed to be partly my job, but I forget.
And hopefully next year I walk away with that JFW crown. Congratulations, Travis, for winning predictions for the year.
Even though you swept. But
yeah, and I swept. Yeah. I swept Saturday night's main event.
But you fucked up by not giving us the predictions for last week's show. So
I did miss that, yes.
You did.
I was preoccupied doing a thing.
A lot of things.
So was stuff.
Stuff and things, they always tend to interfere with life.
That it do. That is.
So as for next week, we don't have an official announcement. So just stay tuned to social media on whether or not we will have one more show, or this could be the last show of the year. We don't know. We're not making it official today or on this show. We will make it official once we get closer to Monday.
So we're going to do a season, we're going to do like a little teaser. Will JFW have another show? Find out next time. Same JFW place, same JFW channel. Which is or Apple Podcast, Google, or no, Google isn't a thing anymore. We established that earlier this year.
No, it's YouTube podcast now.
We got it on Spotify, Podbean, other places where you can get your podcast.
Well, yes, you're jumping ahead of the game here. That's where you can listen to our podcast. But you also check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X, Twitter, cesspool of life.
Wait, my ex follows JFW?
No.
Oh God, I hope
not that X. But stay tuned for updates on whether or not we'll have a show next week. Anything else wrestling related, Pacman?
I do not. But I will say this: seeing that Winged Eagle again the other night was very nice. That's one of my favorite belts.
It is my top favorite. The second favorite would be the Attitude Era version.
Mm-hmm.
Both have, both are great, but the Eagle one is probably the greatest one ever.
Go ahead.
So I actually told this to Tom. If it was Punk that got to walk out with it, I would have purposely put the LWF version of it on that belt just to be funny. I probably get my ass reamed, but I think it would have been funny. But that's just me.
I mean, as far as like my favorite belt, I would say Winged Eagle is a very close second. Big Gold is classic though.
Well, yeah.
And the 10 pounds of gold is probably number 3 because that belt is iconic.
Well, if we're just talking WWE at this point, it's the best belt they've ever had. I think it's just because during that time, wrestling was just great. Yeah, wrestling's better now compared to what we've dealt with over the last 10 to 15 years. And Attitude Era will always be like one of the greatest times in, our young lives. But I still love the late 80s, early 90s, before the new generation shit started. I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it when I was a kid, but as I went back when WWE Network came out, I'm like, that shit was kind of boring. I mean, some people might think the old, the very old school 80s shit, cartoony, was boring, but it was fun. Yeah. And having that belt seen on TV again was just awesome.
I 100% agree with you, Nubster.
And Cody can say that his father nor his brother got to hold it.
But he did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
All right. So I guess nothing else?
That's all I got.
I believe we can.
Ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I am the Faction Slayer, Nubby, the Amazing Turtle.
And I am the beloved person member of this podcast, Pacman. Shut up, Santino.
Yeah, shut up, Santino. And forgot Cowabunga. And
Wait, you say Cowabunga.
I did say that. I forgot. See,
Oh,
man.
I thought I did it. Do we have to restart this?
I don't want to.
Okay, that's fine. And thank you for listening to the JFW Podcast, Just Freaking Wrestling.